Blue Jays lose again 2-0 to the Milwaukee Brewers and are now 1-7 on the season. 1-7. And they've lost 5 straight games, and they can muster a whole bunch of 4 hits in this one. Chase Anderson goes 7 innings, giving up only 3 hits, and he strikes out 7. Marcus Stroman goes 9 innings, giving up 7 hits, 2 runs, and striking out 4. He was great, but the bats were nowhere to be found again. And they did get some chances. Russell Martin, finally he broke out of his schneid, but I would have loved it to happen an inning earlier, or like an at-bat earlier, because he had the bases loaded with 2 out, and he strikes out looking. It might have been, it was probably a ball, but it was close. You got to take a hack, and he didn't, and he struck out, and that was the end of it. If I'm running through this, Travis was 0 for 4. He's had an abysmal start to the season. His average after tonight is 0.097, which is atrocious. Bautista's in 138. He was 1 for 4 in this one. Donaldson was 0 for 2. Saltalamacchia, he came in to run. Morales was 0 for 3. Tulowitzki was 0 for 2. Martin had a double to break that, like I said, that schneid. Steve Pearce was 1 for 3. It was a dribbler in front of home plate. Didn't really do much. And Pilar hit a base hit. I think it was in the 8th inning, but then he got doubled up anyway, so it really didn't mean anything. They could not come up with the big hit again. I don't know what to say about this team right now. Their pitching has done just fine, except for one game where Lariano was bad. And even J-Happ yesterday, but J-Happ kind of held the fort a little bit. And former Jays would have, got them back into that game. But obviously not. And the Jays have scored 2 or less runs. I think it's 6 of the 8 games. They have scored 2 or less. And the one game was a 5-2 win off a grand slam from Morales. And the other one was a 10-8 loss. This team's in a rough place right now. I don't know what the issue is. We obviously know what the issue is, but I don't know what exactly it is. Are they being too selective? Are they just missing pitches? Are they getting unlucky? I don't really know what exactly to pinpoint here as the reason why they're falling off. But what I'm seeing is a team that's not trying to change things. I understand it's only 8 games into the season, and you don't want to change too much, but you're 1-7. And that one win, even then, it was a one swing of the bat that won you the game. So, it's been a really, really rough start to the year for the Jays. They've looked no good. And you don't want to fall into a hole really early. Right now, they're in a little divot. Then you'll fall into a ditch. Then you're in a deep hole. And you don't not want to get into that deep hole. By the end of this month, you cannot be still playing this way. Just because, I'm not saying it's over and the season's done. But what I'm saying is that this team, I heard it, I'm not sure who I heard it from, but I agreed with them. This team is not a young, rough and tough offense that is going to, they're able to come back and play so well for so long. These are older guys. I think it's the oldest team in the bigs. And to get down early, the Jays, they will have their streak. They will have that stretch where they play really good ball. But what will they do after that, right? And when will that come? We don't want to be, 1-9, 1-10, 2-15. You can't be like that. 2-15 is a far stretch, but I'm just being hypothetical here. They can't do that. Because right there, you're in a huge hole. And you're in the AL East, where Boston's going to be a really good team. Obviously, having a rough start to the year, and Baltimore's been playing really well. But again, you just got swept in a 2-game set against the Milwaukee Brewers. And it doesn't get easy for you. Like I just said, Baltimore's been playing really good ball. And who do we place now? Baltimore for 4 games. This is a series right here, a 4-game set. If you can find a way to win 3 of the 4, you're fighting back, and you can grind back into this. And then your series after that, you have a day off, and then you have a 3-game set against Boston. Again, I know this is so early, and calling things a big series isn't now. It's not like you have to win. It's not the have to win type of stage. But this team has been playing so bad lately to start the year. It could be so bad, it could be unlucky, it could be a bunch of things, and it could just be things, pitching's good, batting's no good. Eventually, hitting will come through, pitching will have a rough patch. Can they get both things together? And these next 2 series is something to get the Jays right back in this. Because you look at 1-2 in the division, I mean, you have Baltimore and you have Boston. I know it's so early and standings are stupid to tell, but the Yankees are 4-4. They're playing decent of late. They've won their last 3 games, and Tampa Bay is 5-4. If these are updated for tonight's games, if not, then I apologize. But again, you get on you win 3 of 4 against against the Orioles. You're only 2 games back of them, and you're right there. Boston's right there. I mean, it's so early. But you don't want to get in a hole early. You lose the series 3-1 to Baltimore, and then you lose 2 of 3 to Boston. You're instantly 7 games back, 6 games back of Baltimore already. And that's quick. And you don't want to get down there that quick. I think you guys might agree with me on that this upcoming 4-game set against Baltimore isn't a big series, but it's a series where we want the Jays to start winning games because it's a stretch of teams in your division. You have a two series now with those teams. They need to get some wins, and they need to start getting them quicker than they haven't looked any different than they have the day before. I thought today they were going to come out and maybe play a little bit better. Yeah, not really. They had one less hit, and what was it? 3 less runs because they had a goose egg on the board. It sucked. But it's the early season woes. It's an older team. Some guys didn't get their full spring training in. I get that. So, we just got to wait and see. We got to ride this out and see where it goes. All right? So, you know what, guys? That is going to do it for this one. If you guys enjoyed the video and you're not enjoying these struggles just like I am, not. Hit that like button. I do appreciate that. Hit the subscribe button if you guys have not already. Comment down below what you guys thought of this game. I mean, what's going wrong? What can you, if you're a really specific person who watches these plays, what are you seeing? What are you seeing that a lot of us aren't? Or what are you seeing that saying that's the issue? Let me know what you guys think, and we'll talk to you guys a little later, Raptors edition, as they're playing Cleveland in the final game of the year. They're beating up Cleveland last time I checked, when I was recording last. Yeah, they're still beating up Cleveland pretty good. It's almost, I think it's 17 points if my math is right. And we'll talk to you guys post-game then. Also, Leafs edition tomorrow night, round 1, game 1. Washington Capitals, Toronto Maple Leafs. Awful news to hear about Nikita Zaitsev not being in the lineup. But like I said in my previous few videos, I will be down at the Square. So if you guys are down there, fire me up on Twitter. Link will be down in the description, guys. So, hey, let me have it, and let me know if you guys are going down. We'll meet up, and we'll have a blast. And so the video will be a little bit later than directly after the game, all right? So, and also Blue Jays edition tomorrow night. The Jays need to start getting some wins, and Lariano needs a good pitching performance. It's Francisco Lariano versus Kevin Gausman. Let's get back in the win column. It's been a rough time. We'll see you guys then.